The new museum in 𝐵𝐿𝐒 is designed to stimulate appreciation for and knowledge of the role of coal mining in Illinois. The Illinois Coal Museum offers more than a collection of coal mining. Visitors can take a walk through the coal mining past, but also have a look in the future of the industry. Exhibits include the 𝐵𝐿𝐒 story, the story of coal, the mines, and the miners. The tours are available by appointment only. Unfortunately, the museum was closed and I didn't get a chance to go inside. I'm heading to my next stop, planning to have coffee in a cute family business Ariston cafe. It's an old place serving locals and travelers since 1920s, and it's located in Litchfield, Illinois. Look at the variety of sweets they are offering. Yummy! But since I have lost 45 pounds on my new life journey, I prefer to stay away from those sweets, and for me just a scoop of ice cream and coffee. It was a good pit stop for me. I received a nice magnet and a postcard, and I'm ready to go. I'm on the road again, and it seems to me that tonight I will be in Missouri. I hope so, and it's time to continue speaking about my first business collapse, a business with a partner. So, having been left with huge financial obligations, my ability to conduct business was completely paralyzed. I felt that I was not smart enough. My family was blaming me for mistake taking a partner into business. Customers were calling me, demanding the services they paid for. And meanwhile, my partner has started his new company, which was completely free of financial obligations. That was a slap in my face, and I said to myself, no more business with a partner. The lesson was tough, and I began to dig into how it happened that I fell into the clutches of an insidious person. After several weeks of reflection, I had a burning desire to understand what kind of person my partner was in order to avoid dealing with this type of people in the future. And for me, it wasn't only important to avoid these people in the business sphere, but also in relationship or friendship. My partner was a very unconfident person. He had issues with his family, and his family members were bullying him through his childhood. He was very dismissive to women, and I saw how he treated his wife, and I came to the conclusion that he treats businesswomen with contempt. He was very envious, self-centered, and with certainty that everyone wants to deceive him. He was 5,000 miles away from me, but the techniques that he used completely destroyed my personality. It was an emotional abuse, a form of emotional manipulation that impacted my self-esteem, increased feelings of worthlessness, and even contributed to anxiety and depression symptoms. And the base of manipulation was a terrible guilt that I started to experience for all business troubles that we had. And it took me years to be fully free of that. I know that it's very hard to deal with manipulative people, but the good news is dealing with manipulation is manageable. What exactly I did to erase a person from my life? The first thing I set and maintained boundaries. I outlined my rules of communication until the problems with business were not resolved. The second one, I was always calm and avoided the escalation at any case. These questions that we discussed were only related to the business, nothing beyond that. The third one, I found a support, and I discussed everything with the person I could trust. It was my cousin from Russia. She helped me a lot. Number 4, I started to document each of our interactions. Remember, manipulative people can easily change the strategy dealing with you. Their goal is to get something that they want, and they will do anything. Number 5, I focused on myself, on my physical and mental health. And number 6, I understood that it's very important to know when to walk away. When I learned that we could not find a consensus on the very important things about business, I felt so much pressure, and his manipulative behavior continued, and it was very harmful for my well-being. I shut the door, I blocked everywhere, and since that I haven't been interacting with him anymore. And yes, I lost my business the first time. Remember, the manipulative people do not change, and this is your responsibility to know that and be strong enough to just walk away. I described this as a business communication, but it is also related to different types of relationship, romantic, friends, family. You are responsible for your own well-being. You just need to learn and be capable to communicate efficiently. Making a stop for pause and relaxing. I'm getting tired and I really want to reach Missouri today and probably stay in St. Louis. I'm at Mitchell and there is the Luna Cafe, an authentic roadhouse with a neon martini glass. Going inside and checking. And yes, it's a spirit of old times. How cool it is! There are a lot of old-style signs, pictures of famous singers. Elvis Presley is here, and a famous gangster, Al Capone from Chicago. I met fantastic people here, and we had a great conversation. And of course, I invited them to be a part of my movie and a part of my adventure. What an amazing experience here at Luna Cafe. Every time when I stop, it's a whole process for me. I have a backpack and a book here, and this device for making movie and pictures, and my helmet. So the whole process and every stop requires at least 15-20 minutes to unpack and then pack again. It seems to me, finally, that I'm approaching Missouri. So Illinois is behind. And right now I'm crossing the Mississippi River via the typical St. Louis Bridge and heading to downtown of St. Louis. The city located near the confluence of the Mississippi and the Missouri rivers. The land that became St. Louis had been occupied by Native American cultures for thousands of years before European settlement. The city was founded on February 14, 1764, by French fur traders. They named this city for King Louis VIII of France, and it quickly became the regional center of French Illinois country. In 1804, the United States acquired St. Louis as a part of the Louisiana Purchase. In the 19th century, St. Louis developed as a major port on the Mississippi River. Due to numerous major earthworks within St. Louis boundaries, the city was nicknamed as the Mound City. Here is some facts about the city. In 1904, the city hosted the World's Fair and Summer Olympic Games, and the fair was timed to coincide with the centennial of the Louisiana Purchase. This World Fair played a vital role in the evolution of ice cream, hamburgers, and iced tea. Like during the fair, a lot of vendors were running out of dishes, and they started to sell ice cream in folded waffles. The same thing happened with hamburgers when, due to shortage of dishes, the vendors started to sell hamburgers on a bun.
And as for the iced tea, an Englishman determined that the weather was too hot to sell the tea. Well, so his solution was to ice it down, and that's how an English iced tea occurred. In St. Louis, there are a lot of attractions. The city itself is not so safe, and I noticed that the roads are in terrible conditions, and also the drivers are crazy. I noticed an extreme driving here, and a lot of drivers basically do not follow the traffic light signals. I decided to skip St. Louis and find a much more safer place for a night. In 1905, the city St. Louis became the city with the first recorded auto theft in the United States. Sounds very optimistic, haha. It's better to start looking for some other cities around for a night. And while I'm still looking for a place, I will continue speaking about my business sphere. After separating with business partner in 2008, it took me about 6 months to rebuild my business. In 2019, I started fully recharged with a new strategy, new employees, and new expectations. I started with $0, and by the end of 2019, my company became one of the leading companies in the segment of group guided tours across the United States for Russian-speaking customers from all over the world. I opened new offices in St. Petersburg and in Moscow, started a partnership with companies in Ukraine. Me and my team were helping travelers with US travel visas. We were organizing unique tours in all parts of the US and providing interesting, customized itineraries for individual travelers. The success was tremendous. The strategy of our company was copied by competitors. All our tours were sold out for 2019, and we of course sold tours for upcoming 2020. Here is a little bit about brand. My main business is tobeamerica.com. The website is in Russian only because we have 100% of customers who speak Russian. I remember how I was creating a name, To Be America. It happened in 2016. I always loved the USA as a country to travel, and I always felt safer when traveling here than within Russia, for example. And I was thinking that the Cold War ended many years ago, and the USA would be much closer to Russian people. That's how the brand name was created. In Russian, it is Быть America, as a symbol to be America. Travel to America is a must. I invested into the new company money, time, efforts, and mostly I put my soul and heart in it. And having run a very successful marketing campaign, I realized that I could achieve success, that I achieved success, and I know how to make $50,000 out of $5. I believed in myself, and I was ready to advance my company into the new level in 2020. But 2020, it would be a different story, and I do not have any awareness about it yet. This is my second day, and I started to experience the loss of my helmet. My camera GoPro on the chin pulls down my helmet, and I barely could see the road. That's why now you cannot see the perspective of the road, but instead of that, just the handlebars of the motorcycle. I actually bought my helmet a couple of months ago, and it was so tight. And I even didn't think about going one size down, But now it seems to me that the helmet must be really tight, because anyway, when you start wearing it, it would be getting more loosely. So I started to think about the solution, and it will be a creative one, but later I will show what I decided to do. Well, my main guidebook, '66 Road Adventure, recommends to stay in Kirkwood. According to the book, it is a lovely city, there is a nice restored railroad station, and it has a very pleasant pedestrian-friendly area. And there are plenty of attractions to visit. The Magic House, Museum for Kids, the Museum of Transportation, the Frank Lloyd Wright Residence, one of only 5 Wright-designed structures in the entire state of Missouri. I know this architect very well. Remember, I am from Chicago, and Frank Lloyd Wright was an American architect, designer, writer, and educator. He designed more than 1,000 structures over a creative period of 70 years. Wright began his career in Chicago, helping develop the prairie style of design as he created beautiful buildings in the city as well as the neighborhood surrounding his studio and home in Oak Park. Inspired by the Midwestern landscape, Wright designed horizontal homes that are filled with carefully considered details, such as intricate art glass decorations and custom furniture. If you want to step inside some of Wright's most notable creations, there is no better place to start than in the Chicago area. And the 3 top famous structures in Chicago, the first one is Frank Lloyd Wright Home and Studio in Oak Park, where he experimented with design concepts. He lived there and worked. The second one is Rockery Building that was remodeled by Frank Lloyd, which has a stunning staircase, and it's located in downtown of Chicago. And the third one, Frederick Robey House, located on the campus of the University of Chicago. This famed home is the premier example of Wright's Prairie School style, which is referred to as the first distinctly American architectural style. Come to Chicago and walk with me. Finally, I am approaching Kirkwood. For me, it was the second long day, and I hope for you it was an interesting movie to watch and learn something new.
Okay, so I'm in Missouri, the city of Kirkwood, and I think I'm back. It was a long day, and I'll make my reel available soon. Cheers to you from Missouri.